Right, sorry about that. I had a phone call that I had to stop for. Let's see. Remind me, Hermes. What exactly was the question you entrusted to Meteon?
I tasked her with asking what others live for. What gives their lives meaning.
Did you consider what may happen if the premise of the question is flawed?
Oh, damn.
To be able to answer it, one must be living and desire to continue doing so. But if Meteon finds no living beings in the course of her journey, or none who desire to live, what then? What answers would she derive from their silence?
Meteon, enough! Suspend your mission, and return hither at once.
Decapente. Local civilization once flourished under auspices of higher power. Said power later laid waste to civilization in fit of rage. Upon revealing this to me, entity elected to self-terminate in lieu of providing answer to question. No other intelligent life forms found.
Turning a deaf ear, are we? We are taking Meteon back to Amarot. As I understand, we will need her if we are to bring back all of her sisters.
Yes. Meteon. It isn't right, is it? It isn't right to turn away from the answer. Even if the answer is pain. Even if we aberrations must scream ourselves hoarse to be heard. Aye. Whatever answers we find, I will not dismiss them out of hand. These words I said to you, and I will hold myself to them.
What is the meaning of this?
What the...
You cannot take Meteon, not until she has finished her report. All else must wait.
You fool!
If all Hermes means to do is listen to Meteon's report, then it is his right to do so. But once he receives the answers to his question, what then? The fate of the world may very well hinge upon the choice he makes in that moment, and we must be there when he makes it. Why, Hermes? Why could you not leave well enough alone? Will these answers assuage the pain you feel when the creation is returned to ether? Had you never cast your accursed questions to the distant stars, you may have one day learned to be at peace with this one. Do you understand why Hermes would do this? His logic escapes me entirely. If all Hermes means to do is listen to me... Oh, yeah, I bet that. Ooh. Ephilodeus is pondering what to do next. Hermes has headed to Cthis. Considering the expansive dimensions of this place, even we may have difficulty time locating his ether. All I can say is that he entered from the rooftop, and likely arrived at the uppermost point in the facility. So, do we pursue him? Of course we pursue him. No matter what Hermes might be thinking, Meteon's a potential threat that needs to be brought under our control. The Convocation's duty is to safeguard this star, takes precedence over personal stake in the matter. Hear that, Elita? It is clear we stand on a precipice, but we have yet to determine beyond a shadow of a doubt that Meteon's is the hand which tips us over the edge. Nevertheless, if we are to learn the truth of the final days, we must give chase, and even if neither Hermes nor Meteon is ultimately responsible, we cannot leave them to suffer this torment alone. Agreed on all accounts. To Cthis Hyperborea we go. Scholars and observers are unaffected, but everything and everyone else is weakened to a fraction of their usual capabilities. Then consider us forewarned. We do, however, have urgent business with Chief Hermes and must enter the premise regardless. That said, if Hermes is willing to enact such measures, I wonder what other obstacles he seems fit to drop in our path. With that enfeebling spell in place, we're not like to be at our fighting best. And I was hardly in effective combat to begin with. I've little to offer beyond my ethereal vision. Then you'll put that talent of yours to good use. You were fairly skilled at spotting weakness, if I recall. Fairly skilled? Now you've gone and raised everyone's expectations. You all need only make the most of your strengths, and I will fill in the gaps as required. I was once a Zim after all. 'Twas my job to rise to the occasion, be that as defender, aggressor, or healer. I feel better about my lack of prowess already. And you, Emitselk? Can you oppress us with your arcane majesty? You lob potent spells as easily as breathing, but can you channel that power in a protective manner if you so choose, yes? Well, yes, should the situation call for it. Excellent. Then that should cover us on all fronts. Your tale led us here, Elita, so it is only right you lead us now. No matter what lies ahead, we'll will win through to Hermes and Meteion. And then we will face the future together. I will not seek to impede such an august company from going about its business, but please do be aware that many of the specimens within are far from docile. Bleak as the contents of Meteion's report might be, many could hear it and remain content with their lives. But not Hermes. For him, the veneer of perfection has long been cracked, and it was to the distant heavens he looked for the means to repair it. I understand his anguish after a fashion, my own refusal to return his opposition to the world's established order. Yet for me the imperfections only enhance the fragile beauty of our star. I will fight to see it delivered from destruction, warts and all. I said that Hermes was likely perched somewhere at the highest point of the facility, but reaching him will be no mean feat. To put it simply, Kittis Hyperborea contains a multitude of vast spaces linked together at the seams, meaning the interior is far more massive than ever this grand structure might otherwise suggest. But even a colossal facility filled to the top and bottom with savage creations will not stop you, not with Venat and Amet Selk at your side. And I will be there too, of course, cheering you on. From the moment we met you, our visit has devolved into a never-ending series of complications and irritations. In spite of this, I have gained one useful thing. An awareness of dynamis. To think that a power with the potential to corrupt ether had largely escaped our notice. Whether or not I believe your tale, the facts underpinning your narrative will be the source of much debate. So understand that I act not for the sake of you or your fantastical quest. My duty demands that I apprehend Meteion, and if that now means Hermes as well, then so be it. I've got definitely a bit of space to pick up stuff.
can scarcely contain my excitement.
Let's get this over with.
Come, let us be off. Come, let us be off.
Let's get this over with.
Right. Okay, so this was something I wasn't expecting. I kind of thought we were going to go back to, like, our present time before we, like, had the dungeon, but this is kind of interesting. I get to party with these two, so it should be fun.
Please, turn back, else I might be forced to.
Have you ever wondered whether your creation is beneficial to existence to the star? Wonder no more, for at Catus Hyperborea, our mission is to determine the answer. From temperate plains to tropical jungles, from smoke and volcanoes to frozen fields, we put creations to the proof in a wide range of meticulously recreated environments. Will your creation be able to survive in the wider world? Will it threaten the survival of other species? The answers to such questions and more our highly trained staff will uncover. Seems he's determined to protect Meteon. Aye. Alright, fella, this is gonna be.
Have at you!
Let us make our way through that frozen sphere.
I'm not entirely useless. I'm not entirely useless. Be gone!
Right, boss number 1. Oh dear, this fellow seems disinclined to let us off, and we have no choice but to force our way.
Have at you!
And my present Sue is trying to hide from us, so its power could be used. Unless it's no use on us.
My way. Can you withstand this? Have at you! Have at you!
I wonder whose it is.
see you. Look this way.
Mine is the ether!
We mustn't. May you find peace in the ethereal sea.
I see you. I'm not entirely useless. I see you. Quite as planned, not quite as planned.
have a look at this observation journal. According to Mistress Lysa, her creation is based on a concept for bipedal wolf, and indeed it is impressively man-like in its gait. It is also highly intelligent, as is evidenced by its ability to employ tools. While the gleam in its eyes gives the impression that it comprehends our words, if this proves to be the case, it would be a shame that this throat isn't designed for speech. I must make mention of this in the next report. Desert area, volcanic area. Goodness me, what manner of being is this? There truly is no accounting for taste. I see. Heads it to a good destruction.
I'm not entirely useless.
Elita!
Pass for constitution but fail for intelligence. If this concept is submitted, I will be certain to reject it.
let you take Meteor. Not yet.
I'm not entirely useless.
There we go. Teleportation is active.
I must hear their answers before they're expunged from existence.
I see you, opening.
Can you withstand this?
Enough is enough, Hermes. Stubbornness can be a virtue, but it's a little excessive. The successful creation of migratory birds which travel between continents within the seasons came as the breath of fresh air to the long stagnant realm of flying lifeforms. In the end, it was a relatively simple thing to grant the creatures the ability to navigate by celestial bodies, but this method lacked the precision needed to guide them to the same location each time, as would be vital to their survival. The breakthrough came in the form of magnetic fields, the use of which was discovered by the incumbent Van Daniel during his tenure as chief overseer of Elpis, a truly inspired idea that has brought lasting benefits to the star.
So, it comes to this. I've no wish to fight, but this time, I cannot yield. Though the world may think me a mad, desperate fool, I will hold fast to my conviction.
Protect Meteon, he would go so far as to transform, so far as to make himself a villain.
I will have the time and tranquility I require. Dust and pale, gather to me! Ancient Grand, unleash your power! Dancing winds, pierce my throne! Stars on high, fall as rain!
transform. But I am not finished yet.
I see.
No! My power!
Not quite as good as what I've got in my opinion. Merry chase he led us on. Hopefully he's calmed down a little. Leave the rest to Emmett Silk.
It's over, Hermes. In the name of the Convocation, I hereby take Meteion into custody. And setting aside the matter of your nomination, you will come with us too. We require your knowledge to assess and resolve the situation.
Meteion, I am so sorry. Would that I could have listened to your report in full. Reflected upon its meaning and conveyed it to others. That they might reconsider their chosen course. But I have failed. And that wish will never be realized. However, ere our fates become the province of others, I bid you tell me just one thing. Was there happiness in those distant stars? Was there a reason for living?
We conducted our search as per your instructions. We scoured historical records, communed with the spirits of the deceased, heard the final testaments of the dying, welcomed their shadowed hearts into our own. One race had striven to create a world bereft of animosity. They renounced relationships to avoid interpersonal strife, and in so doing brought about societal collapse. One race had renounced war and devoted itself to the enrichment of its people. They were conquered. Though they destroyed the enemy in reprisal, they could not regain their former glory. One race had concluded that finite time was the root of all woes. Aspiring to shatter its shackles, they went in search of infinity. They discovered nothing is infinite, and that neither time or death can be cheated. Disillusioned, they gave up on the future and themselves. One race had discarded all things that gave rise to sorrow, hoping to have only joy. They found joy lost its savour in the absence of sorrow, and lost their will to live. Though worlds apart, these peoples shared a belief. The belief that they had tried their best. That they had tried to fulfill their potential with every step and success. In the course of which, they learned the truth. That they would never be free of fear and sorrow, anger and despair, of loneliness, so long as they yet lived. Even now their souls cry out for oblivion. And to this song of anguish, I lend my voice. We lend our voice.
No.
Oh, beloved mankind, shimmering jewels of beautiful Etheris, rejoice, for we will free you from the cruel yoke of existence. There is no need to struggle in vain, for in nihility awaits salvation. You will know peace and serenity, and it will be beautiful. We will make our nest at the edge of the universe, and there in the dark of dead worlds hoard sorrow and suffering. There we will sing, our chorus ever louder and ever clearer, that our song may reach even this ether-shrouded star.
No.
Such is the answer we have found in the stars. Such is the gift we now offer to Etheris.
Who are you to decide our fate? To decree we live or die? Have you lost your mind? You heard what she said. She means to destroy us all, yet you'd still take her side?
In the name of the star, we have discarded those creations that we deemed flawed. If we ourselves are flawed, does it not stand to reason that we too should be discarded?
That is sophistry, and you know it!
Perhaps it is. Perhaps I am wrong. But who is to say that you are right? Let us settle this with a determination. In my authority as Chief Overseer of Elpis, I will make a judgment on man's fitness to exist. If he can learn to value all life and retain his will to live, even should his end be justified, he will surely find a way to avert his demise. If not, he will perish and starve. As with all determinations, provisions must be made to ensure fairness. Kairos! Awaken!
Memory reconfiguration system Kairos activated. Awaiting instruction.
Command. Universal memory alteration. Target area. Catesis Hyperborea. Starting point. Arrival of Emmet Selk of the Convocation at Propylion. Endpoint. The present. Erase the memories of all events and replace with a vague recollection of the following. I was here, preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to Emmet Selk and Hithodeus. Meteon's shared consciousness became unstable. She and her sisters could not sustain their existence, and all dissipated with a burst. The resultant shockwave accidentally triggered Kairos, which erased several days of memories from all present. Execute.
Command acknowledged. Initializing. 3 processes remaining to execution.
Bravo. I dare say one would be hard-pressed to make it fairer. Everything that you told us, everything that has happened, the fact we've even met, it will all be gone.
Go, Meteon. To the edge of the universe, where none can reach you.
Hermes, won't you come with me? If you were to shed your flesh, I should be able to carry you.
I will remain. As a man, I will oppose the oblivion you bring.
Silly fool. Had you said yes, I would have granted you the gentlest end.
This ends here!
Fly, Meteon!
That is far enough, Hermes!
Argos, to me!
First process complete. 2 remaining to execution of memory reconfiguration.
As if we needed more pressure. No matter what, you cannot forget what happened today. For it is the key to saving your future. Your world. This fight is our fight. What comes after, our problem to contend with. Not yours. No. Your own struggle awaits, and no one else can take your place. You must flee this place with your memories intact, and I will see that you do. Now then, where is it? There you are, my little confluence.
Very well, then. You may elude us this day, but not forever.
Meteon's gotten away.
Second process complete. One remaining to execution.
Ugh. No time for brooding. Listen well. Beyond lies a spatial confluence that connects the interior sections of this building. I will destroy the confluence and force open a way outside. When I do, you must jump through.
I cannot tell you how sorry I am. But neither can I let you escape!
Too brave by half. Exemplary work, as always, Emmett Selk.
What? But how? I thought the confluence was... over...
Over there? Yes. We were rather hoping you would.
It was never anywhere but where it is now. The instant those two began making their way towards nothing, 'twas clear the plan was a diversion.
I'm quite incapable of destroying a confluence, I must confess.
A gambit brazen beyond words. Though we've grown accustomed to reckless improvision due to the antics of an incorrigible associate. Though, in the case of certain present company, incorrigible is an understatement. Honestly, I'm beginning to suspect it's a requirement for every Azen. There's no time! Quickly! Even now, I do not believe your tale. I would not suffer us to walk such a wretched path. Still, if it must be said, do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
Final process complete. Executing universal memory alteration.
Go, Argos! I'm fine. Just a little tired. Can it be true? Are we the only ones left who see beauty in the world? In life? Are the stars above no more than husks of fallen civilizations? And yet... I feel her. Though she is unimaginably distant, I feel Meteion's presence. And the place where two we might... Ere she made good her escape, I placed an enchantment upon her. One which allows us to follow her trail. She has already left the outermost bounds of Aetheris, and continues on her way. Given the vastness of the universe, it will still be no easy feat to track her down. But thanks to Emmet Selk and Hythlodaeus, all is not lost. We remember. So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
So what now?
What indeed? Let us begin by ascertaining the situation at Catesis Hyperborea, where the others should still be. Given the likely state of their memories, however, it would be imprudent for us to approach them directly. In which case... I am sorry, my friend. I've asked much of you this day. But may I trouble you one last time? Argos will investigate in our stead. We will share in his consciousness and see and hear as if we were with him. Now, close your eyes and open your mind.
Thank goodness you are unharmed.
Unharmed? There is a gaping hole in my memories. I can scarcely remember arriving here in Elpis.
Forgive me. I was preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to our guests. But Meteion, her shared consciousness became unstable. And she...
So, that's what prompted the state of alert. And when you went to investigate, you were caught in Kairos's accidental operation.
So it would seem. It's all a blur to me.
Such an unfortunate accident. Oh, and what of Venar and your other companion? You went inside together, as I recall.
We did?
If Venar was with us, I have no recollection of it. But that there is her familiar, is it not? The fellow seems happy enough, so I think it's safe to assume his mistress is well. I haven't the slightest notion who this other companion might be, however.
Ah, well, that individual struck me as a bit different, for want of a better word. Perhaps it wasn't actually a person, but some manner of creation.
Curious. I must ask Venara about it when next we meet.
Yes, yes, you do that. Now, if we may tend to Hermes, whatever this Meteon did, it seems he bore the brunt of it. Once you are fit to travel, you will return with us to Amarot. We need to make certain there are no other ill effects. Also, I am here on business of the 14. We've already had the conversation, like as not, but since your toy wiped my memory, we'll have to have it again.
Yes, of course. As you see fit.
This Kairos, it manipulates memories through the emission of etheric waves, correct? There is a theory which holds that memories scoured by blasts of ether are restored when the soul is cleansed in the underworld. If true, then perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
I doubt aught of interest occurred. Look forward to the revelation if you like, but I should prefer to reminisce on more meaningful moments.
Let us rest, if only for a while. After all, you and I... oh, we still have a long, long way to go.
I'm going to stop there for now.